Welcome to my corner of the world. I'm Kathy Ratliff, and this is my corner. This is a video about cross stitching. It's called a floss tube. That's because the thread that we stitch with is called floss. So if you're new, thank you for stopping by. If you've been here before, thank you so much. I've got a lot of things to talk about. I got a couple of rescues to talk about, cross stitch rescues, some finishes, and just some things I've been working on. Let's jump right in there. First of all, I have another series of videos called Fabulous Fun Friday Finishes, and I'd love for you to check those out. That's where I show how I finish my different pieces. So as a sort of speaking about that, I'll show you my finishes from my last Fabulous Fun Friday finish. I finished the O in Stitching with the Housewives for February for the wreath swap. So here's the home. I stitched the H and the M and the E a long time ago. And so there's the Valentine's O. So that was fun. I got this at Hobby Lobby in the woodpile section. I think it was $20-something. So that's my O. And then I also finished this was a freebie, Love Never Fails. And I'll tell you where that came from in a minute. I don't have my notes right in front of me. So I made that little pillow. And this is a piece I finished a long time ago, What Remains Is Love. And I I found a big frame and I cut it down and I wasn't paying attention. It was the first time I'd ever done it and I made the frame too small. So now I have to reframe that or frame it to begin with. Another finish I had was Matilda Mouse. Matilda Goes to School by Finally a Farm Girl. So I finished it on this piece that I got at Dollar General. So there she is. I changed a few things. I changed the colors and I put some mathy stuff on the chalkboard. I think before it was 1, 2, 3 ABC. Such a cute thing. And I was a teacher. And this is my last year teaching, so I just thought I'd, do a thing. There's my Teacher of the Year thing from a very long time ago. So there's that. Now, I also, this summer, and I forgot to show it, I rescued a cross stitch that I found in a thrift store. It's a pretty nasty thrift store. I hate to say that, but I mean, it wasn't very clean inside. And it was just lots and lots and lots of junk. But sometimes when you go to places like that, you find treasures. And I found this cross stitch that I just had to rescue. It was all dusty and dirty and I cleaned it up. And look at this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Probably from the 80s or 90s. It's my favorite flower, irises. So pretty. Isn't that beautiful? And it was just leaning in a pile behind a bunch of things, and I cleaned it up. It's a pretty frame. And I'm just going to keep it because I love it. And even, I don't have a purple thing in my house, but I don't care. I have it in a hallway, and it's beautiful because I know somebody took a really long time to do that, and it was special to them. So now it's special to me. So I'm so happy I rescued it. Then I rescued another one, excuse me. I went to another thrift store and just saw this sitting somewhere. I don't know what it is, but here it is. Isn't that cute? If you know what it is, let me know. It looks pretty recent. I mean, this is not by any means old, and the colors are fresh and new, and it's cute as a button, and it's got like a little Easter egg right there. It's so cute. So I rescued that too. Now it's going to have a special place in my home. While I'm thrifting, I always like to get ribbon. You can always find like bags full of ribbon. And so I scored again. I not only got some ribbon, but I found this bag of floss. It was $2, and it's just tons and tons and tons of floss. So I was happy to find that. The ones that are on bobbins, those little square things are called bobbins. They don't have the numbers on there, but I have a DMC chart, so I'll take some time one day and figure out what all I got in that. And then I got this upholstery ribbon, and there's a bunch of it, and I thought I would dye this different colors. It's already kind of a gray blue or a gray green, so I thought I would dye that different colors and use that around the outside of my smalls and on some pillows and such. Ribbon. Got some ribbon at my little thrift store find. And then I got a few charts. I've paper pieced before, so I found this birdhouse paper foundation pattern by MH Designs. It's like a mini quilt. Oops, there we go. So that was cute. It's a little bitty. Let's see, how big is it? It is going to be about 12. It says backing and batting 12 by 14, so it's probably going to be 8 by 10 when it's finished. And then I found this I Love My Garden by Mosey and Me, 2002. It's just cute. Look at that kitty cat. And then I found Country Samplings, a journal of cross-stitch designs. This is an old magazine, but this has beautiful, beautiful patterns. And I like this pattern right here for this little pillow. So I'm definitely going to do that. And there are, I think, 3 stockings in here. Here's one of them. So this is great. I got it for 50 cents. So that was a nice find. There's also a sampler, a small sampler in here. Of course, you know, the times change and colors change. So I would probably change the colors on this. It's called A Country Buffet. And I love this sampler. Definitely will change the colors, but love it. Isn't that pretty? Definitely. And I found one more. I like mice, and so there's a pattern in here that was used to stitch on top of a sweatshirt, but I'm going to just stitch it on a little small. It's called Holiday Wear, and there's different patterns, and it's by Leisure Arts. Different day, different clothes, because I finished my whole video and realized that I pushed stop when I thought I pushed play, and pushed play when I thought I pressed stop. So yeah, so that's okay. I showed you my thrift store finds, and I was just talking about holiday wear. These are 2 little mice that I'm going to stitch for Christmas. So that was the last thing I was talking about, which would be yesterday. So I have a finish that I just did recently, and this is from Keeper of the Pins. It's Brenda Gervais, Keeper of the Pins. I did the bird, the sewing bird, right there. And this is like the second piece that I have done on 40 count. So there it is. I put, I changed the colors. I think this is Weeks Dye Works Cocoa. And I put little gold beads there. So I just used the colors I had. But that's sewing bird. Little bitty stitches. So I'm slowly inching my way towards 40 count. So here's what I've been working on, my whips. That was the only finish I had this past week. Here's my whips. That's works in progress. So by the way, like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't know how to like and subscribe, ask a young person. They all know how to do that. So this is Garden Fresh. Right here, Little House Needleworks. It's it has I think a pin keep and then this sort of sampler-ish thing about the garden. That's the one I'm working on over there in the corner. And it's real simple. I'm doing it on 28 count, picking my own colors. I have a bunch of DMC, and so here it is. So I'm almost at the top up here and just started the letters. I like 28 count, but I'm gradually going for 40 count only because I like using one strand over two instead of two strands over two, and it saves a lot of thread. So here's the colors for Garden Fresh. They're really pretty. I made these floss drops. That's what these are called. I just got a punch at Hobby Lobby and glued 2 pieces of craft paper together and made a whole bunch of them. So that's Garden Fresh. Little House Needleworks. I've also been working on Erica Michaels, the second berry in the 12 Days of Christmas Berries. And I also am choosing my own threads in this one. So here's that one. I'll show you what it's supposed to look like in a minute. This is, I'm using 1 thread over 2 on this. This I think is 35 count. And I believe did I dye that? No, I did. Here's the pattern. 12 Days of Christmas Berries by Erica Michaels. I've made the first one, and now I'm working on the 2 turtle doves. And this is how she has them finished. I have no idea what I'm going to do because I don't have, I went to Hobby Lobby and I didn't see any wool. I just saw a couple of different colors of wool felt. And I think I'm going to have to buy it online. My closest L&S is an hour away. That's Brick City Stitchers in Ocala, and also Needle Orts in Altamont Springs. I think it's in Altamont Springs. And they're both really far away, so I don't get there. Gas is a little too expensive these days. Here's another berry by Erica Michaels. This is called Petite's Collection. It's supposed to be, there's a little tiny one. Where is it? Yeah, it's tiny. But I made it big. I had it comes with that little teeny one right there. But I decided to not make a berry out of it. I picked my own colors, and I had, I showed this on my last video, parchment paper by Rogue. It's printed fabric, and it looks like that. It is 25 count, so I'm stitching 2 over 2. And that's it. I'm picking my own colors. And I'm leaving out some of there's some background things in there that I'm leaving out, but this side will look just like this side, and I'm going to frame it. So that's going to be really pretty. That's my lunchtime stitch at school. I'm a teacher, and I do that at lunchtime. Let's see, what else am I working on? Oh yeah, Plum Street Samplers. This is the day. This is fun. I'm using the call for colors. I'm stitching it on probably, this is 28 count. I love this piece. Look at it. Look at it. Look, 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 look. I've only done that much. And I hand dyed this white because I'm stitching it on white. That didn't show up very much for the goat and the smoke. And so I just got some coffee and hand dyed. Actually, all I did was take ecru, DMC. I cut it in pieces about that long, like, I don't know, 1.5 feet, and dipped my fingers in coffee, not hot, and just tapped down the thing because I wanted it kind of splotchy. And so it gave me that variegation, and I really like that. I like stitching on white, but it's a little scary stitching on white because you got to be careful what you have around it. And call for colors. There's some Weeks Dye Works and some DMCs all mixed in there. It's just so, it's so pretty, so pretty. There's my dyed stuff. So I like that. I also have a bit of haul. I joined the little club, the Stitching with the Seasons, Stitching Seasons with the Housewives. And that's from Fat Quarter Shop. And it comes in this cute little bag. And this is spring, March, April, and May. There it is right there. And it comes with all the floss and a cute little, some bling. It comes with Classic Colorworks and this cute little bling. And this bag, and I did a tiny, tiny, itsy bitsy start on it right here. It comes with this fabric. It's even weave, 28 count, I'm sure. So that won't take very long at all. And the fabric name, let me figure out what the fabric name is. Stitch count finish 7x5, stitched on 28 count thin white pine by Fabric Flare. I'm kind of excited because I want to start a sal. That's a stitch along. So if you're interested, please join me. I am going to have a birthday stitch. My birthday's March 13th. So I'm going to start this on March 13th. I Had a Father, Kind and True, Alice Clark, 1844 by Cross Stitch Antiques. There she is. This looks like the antique sampler, I'm sure. This is huge. It was stitched on 46 count. I'm using 100-3 Versois silks, the called for, and the stitch count is 491 by 486. Huh. But mine's going to be even bigger because I'm stitching on 36 count Edinburgh linen. I'm going to dye it myself. I got this big old piece. I got a yard. Hand dyed. Costs a lot. And I've had some good blessings with dye my own fabric. So I'm going to dye my own fabric for it. So in a couple weeks I'm going to be starting. And I would love for you to do this with me. If you're interested, you can get this online. You can get it from Antique, Cross Stitch Antiques. I either got it from them or from 123 Stitch. I've seen it in stores. And I believe Nicole's Needlework, I believe Nicole has started it. I saw this in one of her blog posts. I don't know if she started it or not, but I know I saw this pattern. So I'm going to dye my fabric. If you want to do this with me, I'm going to start at March 13th, and I'm just going to hashtag it. I Had a Father, Kind and True, Alice Clark, 1844. Sal, S-A-L. So join me. I'm going to be dyeing this week, and I think that's all. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I watch so many Flosstubes. I just absolutely love it. Oh, there's a little bluebird outside my window. Makes me want to stitch bluebirds. So, thanks for joining me. like and subscribe if you can.